comes to issues for freshmen at Marshall University, parking isn't something that usually comes to the forefront. How, However, through our experiences and studies, we found it's a major problem for students with so few parking spaces, in spite of the mass amount of passes they distribute, which means that actually parking at the university is a whole odyssey in of itself.
How might we? Our overarching question for this project was how might we make life on campus easier for first-year Marshall students? Our specific mission was to tackle the parking situation on Marshall's student parking lots. If Marshall does not tackle this issue, students will continue to lose sleep and show up extremely early to secure a parking spot. Should Marshall adopt a strategy to combat this growing issue, Marshall students will benefit from better, less stressful sleep and wouldn't have to walk across the entire campus to get to their class. Customer empathy. When observing parking lots, we saw that students rushing for parking lots, which created chaos. We interviewed commuter students and learned commuters arrive excessively early to get a spot in a convenient lot. They lose sleep because they have to arrive earlier to park. They are often forced to skip breakfast or eat while driving in order to get a good spot. Commuters are also often forced to park off campus or somewhere inconvenient where they could get towed. Problem statement. Commuters waste time in the morning looking for available spots because they don't know which lots are already full.
So our original situation or solution to this problem was to create a very simplistic app called MU Parking, which we did creating, which looked very similar to our original prototype. So we didn't have to make a lot of changes. We did make minor changes due to our rapid experimentation because we saw that people wanted to have a notification system that would show them when their spots became available and which lots became full. But overall, our first iteration was very similar to our final one. And when we did do our rapid experiments, we found that our customers were satisfied with the layout that we had designed on our first iteration. And they only had feedback that, for minor issues like the notification system, and we changed that immediately.
All right, this is our MU parking app. Here we have two options on the home screen. We have all lots, which will show you every lot that Marshall has, and then recent lots, which when you click on that, it will view the most recent lot you have viewed. So let's say we pick all lots. That'll direct you to the student parking lots. So we have Smith Hall, we have Maple Avenue located behind Commons. We have the engineering building lot located behind the engineering building. With the stadium lot, which is in front of the football stadium. So as you can see, it shows you how many spots are available in each parking space or parking lot, and game day for stadium lot, there's 0 available. Let's say there's not game day and you click the stadium lot. It'll direct you to stadium lot page, and we have cameras set up, and there is a live feed of each parking lot, so you can see visually what spaces are available and which ones aren't. It also just tells you how many spots are available when you click on it, and you can also see the recent spots you have been to and if they are taken by another car or not. There is a help button, lastly, which will help you direct and navigate the app.
And during our rapid experimentation, we found that the students that we interviewed would love to have an app like this. They said that they spend too much time worrying about a parking spot in the morning, and that as we said earlier, they'd lose sleep against thinking about it and trying to get here on time. Not only getting here on time, but getting to their classes too early and having nothing to do before their classes start. So that was our first leap of faith assumption that we tested, and we found that they would enjoy an app like this and they would use it. Our next largest leap of faith assumptions would be whether or not Marshall University would adopt an app like this. So whether or not they would fund it or whether they would adopt it into their MyMU page, and whether or not Marshall has the technological capability or the funding to put cameras and sensors in all of their parking lots to monitor the status of each lot. So whether or not they'd be willing to or able to even put this through. So that would be the next thing that we would have to test to make sure that this idea would go through.
In the end, this app is not only a solution for commuting students, but also gives relief to those already on campus. With more cameras and better visual quality, any theft, damage, or crime could also be recorded, which would help the security of the university. Not only would it allow you to see where the spot closest to your dorm is, or not to mention this, it would allow you to see where the spot closest to your dorm is. This app is a very simplistic mock-up of an idea that would change the lives of every Marshall student, because nearly every commuting student we interviewed stated that they had to leave way too early to get a spot in an already crowded area. The students of Marshall University deserve to have a way to know where and when they will be able to park in the morning without having to lose sleep every day just to get here.
Thank you.
Thank you.